Next, let's queer up politics. Louisiana Senate greenlights its version of Don't Say Gay bill. Welcome to Florida. That is what Governor Ron DeSantis is likely saying today, as Louisiana is on the brink of implementing a controversial measure reminiscent of Florida's Don't Say Gay law. The state Senate voted 28-7 in favor of House Bill 122. The bill, which previously passed the House with a 69-28 vote, is expected to become law after garnering support from all Republicans and 2 Democratic votes. House Bill 122, proposed by Republican Representative Dodie Horton, mirrors Florida's Parental Rights and Education Act, commonly known as the Don't Say Gay law. If enacted, it would prohibit discussions about sexual orientation or gender identity between educators and students across all grades. Additionally, the legislation extends its reach beyond the classroom, encompassing extracurricular activities and social clubs. Horton, advocating for the bill, emphasized its role in protecting children from discussions deemed inappropriate by parents. However, Democratic Senator Royce Duplessis raised concerns about the potential negative impacts on LGBTQ+ youth, particularly those already facing mental health challenges. He proposed an amendment to limit the bill's scope to grades K-8 and allowing discussions on sexual orientation in certain contexts. Despite his efforts, the amendment failed to pass. The fate of the legislation now rests with Governor Jeff Landry, a Republican who is expected to sign the measure into law. Oh my goodness, Ooh. Louisiana, we've got to do better. What is going on? You know, why are you taking a book out of Ron DeSantis's, a chapter out of his book, Ron DeSantis didn't succeed in what he was doing here in Florida, right? But he came real damn close. And you know who suffered from all of that? Are our children that don't even get to vote for your dumbass, So it's just, it's sad. The Trevor Project does a report every single year that talks about the mental health of LGBTQ+ youth. And you know that more and more youth each year are thinking about killing themselves. And you know why that is? Because in school, they don't even have someone that they can go open up to. They can't even go to a teacher. A teacher can't even hold their secrets anymore, here in Florida. This is horrible. And it just makes me it grosses me out that Trump has opened the door for all this, and those 2 Democratic votes, shame on you. Shame on you.
Well, just to piggyback on Miss Dottie, is that her name? She does, you made a comment when we were reading through this, just so you guys know, that she looks just like someone and sounds like someone who hates us. And she does, by the way, in those pictures, Miss Thing. But just so you know, Louisiana, Don't Say Gay, guess what's up next? Abortion. So that's Florida for you. So we had Don't Say Gay, and now abortion's on the bill. So if you'd like your rights to just keep getting stripped away from you, come on, just move here. So we are not the state to follow the lead when it comes to freedom, unfortunately.
I think the shocking thing also is this is from the Republican Party in Louisiana, who I believe had an elected senator who had been kicked out of office for having a relationship with a underage woman, and so they're talking about again protecting children. They should probably start in their own party with some of their actual politicians. To date them.
It's always the distraction to the children.
Absolutely.
I'm surprised you guys are shocked at this. I saw this coming. There's going to be more states that are going to continue. And whether they succeed or not, the damage will be done, just like here. And that's the sad part. And we don't talk about how... Because in reality, Ron DeSantis is not winning, but he has won because we keep fighting each other. And even though we're not impeded and we're not infringed upon, it still hurts because there's a lot of people in this state that hate us and are allowed to hate us out in public. And Louisiana is going to do the same. Nothing's going to happen. No laws are truly going to change lives, but there is going to be such a divisiveness there more now than ever.
It's kind of like what Eric was saying before. We win one and then we lose 2. And we win one.
It's a really common theme with our community, unfortunately.
And Louisiana, I know is typically at the bottom of the education scale for K through 12 education. So your politicians should really be focusing on ways to improve the education system as opposed to limiting conversation about identity.
Right, and and they're going to find the information somewhere. If you're not going to teach them in school, do you understand that there's Google, bitch?
Else.
Okay, there's a way to research anything. So you don't want to tell them about sex ed, and you don't want to teach them about queer identities. Trust me, they're going to find out.
You know what happened in my
darker hole
in my family. In my family, fuck it, I'm going to say it. In my family, my my nephew's friend called this girl bisexual, like, haha, you're bisexual. And the teacher was like, what are you doing? Do you even know what that is? And explained what bisexuality was to my nephew and his friend. My sister-in-law was livid.
About the explanation.
Yeah, that she should have been the one to explain bisexuality to her son.
But he knew about
that's where, right. But that's where this kind of bill sits at, and that's why it's a struggle and why it's easy in the state of Louisiana, where the education level is a bit under, you know what I mean? It's easy for them to vote for this kind of law. I don't know. It's going to happen in Texas. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Our poor children.